Our next category is softball. I met our first softball inductee back in 1993. My daughter, Christy, was an up-and-coming pitcher who could throw the ball really hard but had absolutely no idea where it was going. So I heard about a pitching coach that had already helped just about every other pitcher in the area become successful. He took my daughter and turned her into one of the top pitchers in Chattanooga at that time. Her record in high school at GPS was 42 wins, 7 losses. His name is Marvin Burke. And if you've been in the softball community at all in the last 5 decades, you know who Marvin Burke is. He began his journey, as he calls it, as a school teacher in 1966. And in 1972 was hired by McKee Baking to develop and introduce health and recreation programs for its employees. The Chattanooga Times in 1982 did a feature on Marvin that was entitled "Workers Exercise to Stay Fit in a Pastry Factory." While at McKee Baking, he pitched for their fast-pitch softball team and consistently was among the Dixie Major League ERA leaders. He could also hit the ball pretty well. He had a lifetime batting average of .320. In 1984, he walked away from a well-paying job at McKee Baking to form Burke Sports Academy, which allowed him to complete his lifelong dream of training kids. Since his sports academy began, Marvin Burke became nationally recognized as a leader in childhood and adolescent pitching and hitting motion. His knowledge of proper pitching motions was not just limited to softball. Chattanooga's own Rick Honeycutt credits Marvin Burke with extending his Major League Baseball career. Honeycutt was quoted as saying that playing for 21 years, my 2 favorite pitching instructors were Sandy Koufax and Marvin Burke. After coming back from a wrist injury, Rick digressed into some bad habits. Marvin saw him pitch on television, recognized the problem, and called him. And he told him to change a thing or two about his delivery, and Rick finished the season with 16 consecutive scoreless innings. He's been partially responsible for the growth of fast-pitch softball and the popularity of the game in the South over the last 3 decades. And his quote that is in the program is a good one. Marvin says, "This Hall of Fame honor will be a constant reminder to me of the importance of putting kids first. For we catch a glimpse of the future when we look into the eyes of a child." Would you please welcome our first softball inductee, my good friend, Marvin Burke.